So let's get something out of the way. I failed. I did, but let me explain. So at the beginning of COVID, I decided to launch a project with my friend called the Wedding Photographer Roadmap. I've always been interested in education, in photography education, and just the reality is it comes from, I run a fairly good wedding photography business. We are profitable every single year, and I know the average photographer is a horrible business person for a plethora of reasons. Some people, it's because they just don't know. Some people, it's maybe they just don't know. And I think even the people, once you do start knowing, it does seem like a lot of work, so that can feel really discouraging. So I figured, hey, if I can put it in a workable formula of what I do that's worked for me and all the time and money I've sent into my business, I can then make it into something for people to put into their businesses. And I thought it was gonna work really well. And so I teamed up with one of my friends. I said, hey man, we both run good businesses, why don't we do this together? It seemed like a great idea. We've been talking about it for months and months and months, and then COVID hit. And we're like, oh, this is our opportunity. This is the time where we have the time to do this, right? And so I remember we were sitting in my backyard just thinking about, are we gonna do this or not? Are we gonna do this or not? And then we said, yeah, let's do it. I printed off a worksheet of what it could be. It's from one of my favorite companies called StoryBrand, and from their Business Made Simple, the StoryBrand Mad Lib. And it helps you just flesh out your company's message, but we use it in a way that could then help us figure out what this actually is, because we're fleshing out a message that helps us figure out what the product is. So we did that. We just filled it out. I'm like, okay, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like this, I don't like that. All right, throw that out. We'll keep the things we do like. It's important. When you look at something, just take the things you like and move on, and then get rid of the things you don't like and move on. So that's really important. So we just did that over and over and over. And after probably 5 or 10, 15 times of doing that, we figured out, oh, okay, so we're gonna make an educational course, because like I said, we run good businesses, we know how to do it. If we give them a simple formula to follow, it's a no-brainer. Everyone's gonna buy it. So we got writing and writing and writing. And I think by the end of it, we had around 45,000 words. That's like a small book. That's not a small feat. It legitimately took a month or 2 or 3 months to write and edit. I don't know if I'm ever gonna post this, but I'm currently sitting in my car. It is July 16th, 2020. And just finished writing the last rough draft for the Wedding Photographer Roadmap, which is the working title for the course that me and Evan are working on. And it is a grand total of 39,552 words. That's like a book. That's crazy. I'm really excited. I'm probably not gonna post this for a while if I do. So let's see how this ages and see if this all takes off and how this goes. But anyway, I'm really proud of myself. This is sweet. Really, really cool. Okay, I'm editing and I just watched that clip. Clearly, it did not age well, but I think going back to the lessons about hey, you learn a lot and there's things to be proud of. This is one of those. Okay, back to the video. And then it came to filming, and that was a whole nother thing, because I'm a photographer and I take photos, and even this video, I'm just throwing a 16-35 on, and I got this here recording. That was probably really loud, so I apologize. Well, this is all coming together slowly but surely. Got the desk in here, all the lights and everything, and cameras. It's looking good. It's looking really good. I can't wait to share with you, what I'm working on. I'm very excited for this.
There's no doubt that there's an unlimited amount of ways you could set yourself apart from other professional wedding photographers.
I had to learn a lot about the video world, and even which lights to use. How do you make a course on the cheap? We started filming, and we'd have to come here at the studio. We have the other room, which is the shoot room next door, at night, because everyone in this building has businesses and we don't want to interrupt them, but I need the air conditioning and the heating off. So we needed to come start at 8 at night and stay till 11 or 12. And so it was a lot of long nights, but it was really fun. And I remember even talking dude, if we can sell just even 10 courses a day or 10 courses a week, we're gonna be millionaires. We thought we was gonna be rich. And we're yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And then we edited it and spent lots of time doing that. And once they're edited, we had to look for how we're gonna host it. We looked at a lot of different platforms. And after all that, we ended up deciding on Kajabi, which seemed great. And then we had made a website. So we got a beautiful Flow Themes website. We got it all set up on WordPress, and then it looked great. We wrote all the copy ourselves, took the promotional photos and everything. How would you like to make a living taking wedding photos and booking clients that will pay thousands of dollars for just one day of work? Now you can. Do you have a camera? Do you love taking photos? That means you are on the way to having a 6-figure wedding photography business.
The problem is your photos aren't making you money, and you can't afford the gear to make your photos look better, or maybe you don't feel like a real photographer. Starting your wedding photo biz doesn't have to be scary or complicated. That's why we've created the Wedding Photographer Roadmap, a step-by-step guide to taking the leap and becoming a successful wedding photographer.
Hi there, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Evan. We've had people tell us we'd never make a career out of photography, but 2 years after quitting our minimum wage jobs, we both created 6-figure businesses. We photographed over 350 weddings and had over $1 million in sales.
This can be you too, and it's way easier than you think. The Wedding Photographer Roadmap is designed to give you exactly what you need to be a successful wedding photographer. You'll get access to all the videos to give you the freedom to fire your boss and make a living doing what you love.
So what are you waiting for? We'll see you in the course.
We launched it, and the Facebook ads were running really good, and then just no one really bought it. And then we're like, all right, cool, we'll keep reevaluating different ads, and then still we only got like one person buying it here, one person there, one person here, and just not enough people were buying it. We didn't know what it was, so we went back to the drawing board, and then what we did was we got somebody who makes sales funnels for a living, and we got them to make it for us, and they said, hey, listen, you wrote a product page. You didn't write a sales letter. And for a product like this, you need a sales letter. That's good to know. I mean, I read a lot of books leading up to this whole thing because I wanted to know, how do you make a product like this sell? And I thought I knew, but clearly I did not, because you don't know what you don't know. So from there, we got this guy to redo it for us, redo all of the text, all of the copy, and then he redid the entire website, and we then hosted it through ClickFunnels. I can imagine what you're wondering. All this stuff costs money. So at this point, we probably spent a few thousand on gear. We've now spent a few thousand on websites and copy and all this stuff, and we've not really made a whole lot of money. This doesn't seem like a very profitable venture, and you are correct. It's not. It really wasn't. But we launched it again, like a new launch. And then just the Facebook ads were running great, but it just didn't sell. It just wasn't something people connected with. And it just didn't sell. And with all those things costing money, like I talked about, and it not selling, we realized after a number of months, hey, it's not profitable. It doesn't work. So we made the decision to shut it down. And you could say that sucks. I failed, and we did lost some money, especially in a year of COVID where not a lot of people are having money, but I'm very fortunate to be in a position where our business has been able to fund doing this when it's not a lot of money to lose, but it still stings, it still hurts, it sucks. But what did I learn? I learned how to work in a partnership that's not my wife, because me and my wife work together, but then a partnership with a friend. There's things you got to learn doing that. All about the video world, how to write scripts, what ideas work and what don't. And I think there's even gonna be a lot of things that I'm gonna realize later in life, later in business ventures that I have learned, but I just didn't realize I learned until like later on, where I can say, oh, that's a good idea, or that's a bad idea, or hey, we can roll with that. But based on my previous experience, here's what works and what doesn't. So I think there is a lot of good that came from it. It was a hard lesson to learn, a costly bunch of lessons to learn, but lessons nonetheless. And I'm not mad. I'm not even disappointed, because guess what? Things happen. The average business fails in a year to two. Well, mine did, and I'm still here. If this is as bad as it gets, then it's really not that bad. And I think a lot of people get the fear of failing, or might see this and be like, wow, you failed, and why are you so happy? Well, because the average person who strikes it big has had tons of businesses that have failed before they even get one that actually sticks. And so that's okay with me. Not saying I need to necessarily make it huge, but if I have a couple businesses that failed before I find the right one, or maybe it's just on a way that my wedding photography business can flourish even more, then great. I'm glad I had a couple of failures in there, because they teach you lessons. I think failure is a really good thing. All that to say, because it failed, because it didn't do that well, all the lessons are still really good, and that's what I use to make money and to make a living, to have this studio space that I'm filming in right now. So because it failed, I'll be putting up all the videos on this YouTube channel. So feel free to watch all of them and learn for free, since people didn't buy the product. Anyway, I think you'll find them really useful. You can start finding them online soon, and I'll be uploading like one a week or two a week, and this way you can watch them as they come out. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope you can learn from my mistakes, or at least just know, if nothing else, failure isn't bad. Failure is a good thing. It teaches you lessons. It feels good to be humbled once in a while. It doesn't feel good in the moment, but it's really good in the long term. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. Love you long time. See you later.